How would you refer to a government that puts the priorities of new arrivals above homeless Canadians who have fought for this country, are on degenerative disability, and are not able to get more than $870 a month? Yet new arrivals are eligible to receive up to $83,000 a month. If you arrive through the LGBTQ refugee program, you get your first year paid for in its entirety in Canada. It is not an exaggeration. Immigrants in this country, new arrivals, are treated better than Canadian citizens who fought for this country, who have ancestors who defended our land, who stood up for Western values. There is no other way to define what is going on with Canada's Liberal government than traitorous and treasonous. If you are ideologically aligned with the Liberal Party of Canada, if you are a wokey, if you believe a man can become a woman can become a man, if you are cheering on these jihadis in our street, these theocrats who believe in societies where women are treated as cattle, they're not allowed to leave the house without a male escort, where if you blaspheme against the law, you get sentenced to life in prison, where free speech is non-existent. If you say anything negative about their theocratic belief system, you are imprisoned if you're lucky. Or if, and you Liberals may want to take this into account, if a man is caught sleeping with another man in the 56 Muslim majority countries, it's a minimum 10-year prison sentences, in most cases much worse than that. You people with your gays for Gaza sign, your LGBTQ for the liberation of Gaza, you would be thrown off a building in that country by their own laws. There's video after video after video. There have been at least 25 people in the past year alone in Palestine, gay, thrown off of buildings, and you support these people. The Canadian government has built a coalition of people who hate Western civilization, who hate the values that our ancestors fought and died for. You think that they believe in free speech? Right now they're passing Bill C-8 and Bill C-9, which give the federal government, the communist federal government of Canada, the ability to cut your internet service off without any forewarning or without any judicial intervention. They can just cut your internet service if they deem it in the so-called national security interest. Bill C-9 allows them to imprison you for life. For life, you can be put in prison if you post a meme the federal government doesn't like. People who essay young children in Canada are allowed out of prison within 12 months to go out and essay other young children. People who commit break and enters in Canada are in jail for 6 months, then back out to commit more break and enters. People who defend their own house when it gets broken into are then charged. Our so-called Canadian justice system is so backwards, it's you almost have to laugh or you would cry. Now they want to be able to jail you for going against the party line, for talking about how you think that allowing 8 million immigrants into the country, many of whom hate our Western civilization, participate in these hate fests that we've been seeing on a daily basis for the past 2.5 years. If you criticize those policies, you could go to jail. But if you're on our streets chanting intifada in our lifetime, which literally means violent revolution, you receive a police escort. Our society in Canada has become so upside down. The Canadian government hates Canadians. I know it's hard for us to believe it, but they actively disfavor Canadians. They believe in a century initiative that says that there should be 100 million Canadian people in the country by the year 2100. They have no respect for our culture. They have no respect for our ancestry. They are globalists through and through who want to destroy any ethos or culture that Canada ever had. And if patriotic Canadians don't stand up to it, this country's going to be gone. You think they care about the number of Canadians who are drug addicted, who are homeless, who they offer barely any support to? I know a person on disability who only receives $870 a month. He's been in Canada for the entirety of his life. And wheelchair accessibility places are at least $3,500 a month, and that's all he's eligible for. $870. Meanwhile, immigrants can receive $83,000 a year. It's sick, it's disgusting, and it's traitorous. The primary purpose of our government is to look out for Canadian citizens. It's basic. Why have a government if that's not the case? But this set of creeps, and trust me, these people are creeps. Mark Carney is a creep. He talked about how he's going to stand up, talk to Donald Trump. Then he giggles like a little schoolgirl when he goes to meet him, because all he's interested in is making money and destroying this country. Look at Brookfield Asset Management. Their stock is up 45% since this crook was elected. What has he done for Canadians? $63 billion with a B have left the country. He announces $1 trillion investment in the United States. That wasn't part of his platform. Does anybody remember Mark Carney mentioning investing $1 trillion of Canadian dollars into the United States of America during the run-up to the election? I don't remember that. I don't remember him mentioning it. He's a creepy little liar. Looking at this guy's past, he is not looking out for Canadians. Fucking Richie Rich over here. Sean Fraser is another absolute cretin who destroyed our immigration system, destroyed our housing system. Now he's going after justice. Bill C8, Bill C9. These two bills must be stopped. This is the completion of their creepy communist takeover, where they're now going to patrol the airwaves and allow Canadians, you're only allowed to think certain thoughts. Is that a government approved thought? I don't think so. Kiss my ass, Mark Carney. Mark Carney, you think I'm going to Mark Carney to ask him what I'm allowed to think? I don't want to know what the hell goes on in Mark Carney's head, but I'll tell you, I guarantee you with 100% certainty, it's not very pretty. I'm going to put a list of MPs who it's crucial to write to say, do not support Bill C8, Bill C9. They're going to try and ram it through as quickly as possible. Free expression is on the line. These creepy communists want to police your thoughts, police what you're allowed to say. Meanwhile, if you're a violent jihadist, go out on the streets, say whatever the hell you want. It is embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing. I'm going to put a list of the key MPs to reach out to say, hell no, Canada is not a communist country, despite what Anita Anand, Melanie Jolie, the drunk, creepy Dominique LeBlanc thing. And we're going to stand up and we're going to fight and we're going to take this country back. Please consider joining the Discord as well. We're having great conversations in there and figuring out strategically how we can attack Bill C8, Bill C9. Make sure these absolute commie pieces of garbage don't wind up passing. Please like, share, subscribe, join, become a member. Really appreciate everyone who's joined, become a member. If you're watching on TikTok, make sure you're following on YouTube, youtube.com/@fight4Canada. It's about time that we had a Canadian government and we send the message. The Canadian government is responsible to the citizens of Canada. Get it through your damn heads.